I remember back in 2020 when I saw this proposal that really struck me. It was a proposal by Senator Tom Cotton at the federal level to defund public schools that taught any materials from the 1619 Project. And I hadn't really seen anything like that before. I had to kind of dig into history to look for parallels. But then within a year, that idea, the idea that new laws should be the kind of ready solution to any problems in schools, particularly disagreements about how we should talk about things like history, that caught fire. Suddenly there was a list of quote unquote divisive concepts that was being copied from state to state and passed into law, and often indiscriminately applied to schools, colleges, universities, public institutions, without any much concern of, well, that idea of censorship undermining the very work that those institutions are supposed to do. And from there, it just kind of continued to balloon and morph. And so this hasn't really been about any one issue. It's about any issue that anybody wants to censor. And so we've seen it move from 1619 to divisive concepts to CRT or social emotional learning, this effort to rebrand critical race theory and academic theory in a way that would make everyone shudder at it and think that it shouldn't be talked about at all. It's a theory, it's a way of thinking about the world. How do you stop people from talking about thoughts? I mean, it just seems so calculated to be a political campaign to censor more broadly. And then beyond that, you won't even really necessarily hear many politicians talking about CRT per se anymore, because by year 3, the kind of target has grown wider and wider. There's been an effort to censor conversations about gender identity and sexual orientation in schools. And now in a lot of politicians' proposals, what you see is ideas like, let's ban conversations about what it means to be woke, whatever that means. And that's another word that can be used to censor quite broadly because it has ambiguous implications. And so over the last number of years, what maybe have started as an effort to censor something in particular has turned into an effort to censor, well, anything that all of these groups think shouldn't be allowed in public schools.